no balls fall. You want good words? Data language.
Talk real sports with a real man.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
And now, here's the be-all, end-all, know-it-all of high school, college, and pro sports. Aaron Skinny Count with the Skinny on Sports.
We're talking about practice, man. I'm the MVP.
Good Paul Jones Drug Tuesday out there, Western Oklahoma. Welcome to the Skinny on Sports, right here on 98.1 FM, the Sports Animal. Glad to have you along for the next hour. Hope you like hot, and I hope you like windy. Apparently, that's just kind of where we're going to be for the next couple of days. There's something about waking up in the morning, Jared, and just hearing the outside your window.
There's something about waking up in the middle of the night and hearing that.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
And then seeing severe thunderstorm.
It came out of nowhere.
That did kind of come out of nowhere. I think what was happening, I'm no expert, but I think there was storms out in the Texas Panhandle, which, I mean, they want the rain. We need the rain. I was kind of getting mad because it was like as soon as it broke the state line, across the state line, it just fizzled out. But I think that storm was just dying. And then you're just getting that last gasp of it. And so I think that's why it stayed severe, because of the high winds. No, it's the wind's annoying. It's just annoying at this point. Stop blowing, please. Crossing my fingers that it's not blowing for America's birthday on Saturday.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
It's blowing today. I think it's going to be blowing tomorrow. Have to get an update for Thursday.
Like, I can deal with the heat because it is last day of June, almost July. It's going to be hot. But when it's blowing in your face...
Thursday, 15 to 25.
Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Dang you, Mother Nature.
Yeah, hot and windy. Looks like if you like hot and windy, like, you know who loves hot weather?
Who loves hot weather?
That works here.
Who?
Not Nathan Brewer.
He doesn't like hot weather?
He does not like hot weather. Sam doesn't either.
Are they more like winter people?
They're just not hot weather people, I can tell you that. I don't mind. I'd rather be hot than cold.
I mean, growing up in Oklahoma, we just have to be used to it. It's either going to be extremely cold or extremely hot. It's hard to get the medium. It's hard to get those pretty days. They seem to be rare. I don't mind hot. I really don't.
I'd rather be hot than cold.
100%. I hate wearing layers upon layers of clothes. I hate that.
Yeah, I don't like when you don't know what to wear.
Yeah.
Like how much clothes to put on. At least when it's hot, you know, hey, just a shirt and some shorts.
Easy.
That'll be just fine.
Easy.
All right, it's coming up on the show today. You know what's been very entertaining?
Well, yesterday's World Cup has been very entertaining.
Ever since the knockout round has begun,
yeah,
it's
the
been
knockout round now has my attention. The ties did not. But yesterday was like complete opposite of that day I was complaining about when we had 3 ties. Yesterday we had, 2 games that ended with PKs?
So far, there's been 4 games.
In the knockout round. 2 of them were won with goals in extra time. And the other 2 were penalty kick shootouts. Yeah. I can see, like I texted last night, when Morocco tied it in the 90th minute or so.
Yeah, and they scored in the extra time to tie it.
Yeah. I was like, okay, that was kind of cool. And I was hooked. I watched that game till it ended. I'd basically picked up that game at halftime. Because you asked at the beginning of this, what's a fan base that we could kind of gravitate to, not named America? The Dutch were who I was kind of gravitating to. Their fans are cool. Their little pregame chants that they do. So I was like, oh, Netherlands are playing. So I didn't realize it till after the Rangers. The Rangers played last night, by the way. So on prime time, so I was watching them, and then I switched it to that soccer game, which was perfect because it picked it up right at halftime, and it was still 0-0. That was a fun little watch for me. I enjoyed that.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about a little World Cup. What's going on today? Hey, is America better than we thought? Did yesterday say anything about maybe the U.S.'s chances?
A little positivity for
Possibly.
for the Americans.
There's no transitive property in sports. We talked about that. But if you
hard
want
to do, yeah.
hard to not notice that.
Yeah.
Okay, can we actually have the conversation? Is Freddie, now that Germany's out, was Freddie real? Or is that
Apparently
a fake
he's
account?
in the country for another month or so.
23rd.
So about another 3.5 weeks or so, yeah.
Is that real? Is he real, or is this just some kind of fake thing? I hope I'm going to pretend it's real.
Gone down that rabbit hole, did you?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm starting to see that pop up on my timeline.
Did you watch the thing I sent you last night? I know it's about 4 minutes long, but Bill Maher's commentary it was pretty funny. It was pretty good.
And then we get to the college football stuff we were going to talk about yesterday, just never made it. Who are some players you're intrigued to see? Some teams you're intrigued by coming into this college football season? Coaches that might be on the hot seat, games that you're looking forward to watching. There's one in particular that tops my list by
I think it might be the same.
By leaps and bounds.
Yeah, I think it might be the same.
I bet it is. The games you'd like to see, say a playoff game. Two teams you'd like to see play each other. NBA stuff, Lu Dort's option was picked up yesterday by the Thunder, the team option for $17.78 million. What does that mean? Does that mean Lu Dort is here? Does that mean Lu Dort now has a better chance of being traded? What do we think about that? Ja Morant traded to Portland. What a crazy tale that Ja Morant has become. Windhorst said this morning LeBron to the Dubs could be done today. I think that's right. I had seen yesterday that he wouldn't even entertain it unless they traded for Anthony Davis.
So he's pulling a Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, Kawhi, is he getting traded? Do you even want to see LeBron on the Dubs?
Yeah.
Is that something you even want to see?
I'd love to see LeBron and somehow, what if they re-sign Draymond at a team-friendly deal? Maybe that's why he's doing this. And I'd love to see all these old guys fail in one place. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've got mixed emotions about that. 225-9698 is the phone or the text line. It is 225-9698. Give us a call, shoot us a text. We can talk about any of those things. Whatever else is on your mind, feel free to chime right in at 225-9698. If you're going to be outside the listening area, a couple ways to stay in touch with the show. Log on to kadsam.com. Or you can download the Paragon app. The Paragon app's got all the radio stations, the Penny News. Brand new edition of the Penny News. Hits the website tonight at midnight. So go check it out at thepennynews.com. Coming up on Big Elk and Paragon TV here in the next couple months. Skinny on Sports Podcast, available anywhere where podcasts drop. How are you today, Jared Atha?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm just wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
Were you lonely last night? How was?
No. Okay, so I went to a memorial service for a guy that a lot of people probably know that's listening out there, Hector Sewell. Hector passed away the other day, and his daughter just put out had a cool little video, and we sat around and talked for a while about the different Hector stories.
Good.
The one that I can bring to air, I'll never forget, he had never been to Ishans. Hector hadn't. And I mean, so all the way there, I told him, everybody told him, whatever you do, when they put that chicken down in front of you, I know you're going to want to eat it just immediately because it's going to look golden brown, delicious, but don't. Don't eat it immediately because it's going to be scalding hot and it's going to burn the roof of your mouth.
Yeah.
And he flat out would not listen. I actually told him when it hits the table, it's about the time the time that you need to wait is about a cigarette long. Meaning, get up, go outside, smoke a cigarette, and then you come back and it's like eatable temperature.
Right.
And he didn't believe me, and he scalded the roof of his mouth.
It's nothing worse, man. Nothing worse.
Scalded the roof of his mouth. I know, but it was good.
But that's a testament to Ishin's chicken, how good it is. You can't wait. As soon as they lay it down in front of you, you want to dig in.
That's how you know that you're getting it fresh out of the fryer because you cannot eat it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So did that, and
well, good.
Just hung out for a little bit. What about you? You watched a bunch of stuff.
The Rangers were on primetime on ESPN, so I watched that, and lo and behold, they're in first place in a game above 500.
I had a text yesterday that didn't bring it to right toward the end of the show. Do you think Aether realizes Texas is leading the West?
I do, but I'm not. I'm trying not to talk about it. Let's get to the All-Star break as the AL West leading Rangers, and then I'll feel good about it. But right now they are by half a game, but they've won 5 in a row now, so they're kind of doing it by committee via the bullpen. But Evaldi's been great. DeGrom's been doing DeGrom stuff when they get their starts, but when it's not them, they just kind of rotate guys. But it's kind of nice to see. And then Langford is back on the IL, but they're still doing it. That kid can absolutely rake. So when he's healthy, he can. When they can get him back, he's going to be good. And of course, Corey Seager as well. But no, that was fun. And then so during that process, I smoked a pork loin last night.
Oh, nice.
And it wasn't a big one, about 1.5 pounds, but I thought my wife had it. She had bought it. It's already seasoned and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And do you think you could smoke this in time for dinner? And I was like, well, it'll take maybe an hour. Maybe. This is not going to take long. So we did that. It was delicious. It was great. She made homemade mashed potatoes and whipped up some gravy. We had green beans. And my kid was like, what is this, Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
She was like, I just felt like making some homemade mashed potatoes instead of that instant stuff. I said, I love it. So that's my leftovers today for lunch.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But and then I watched the soccer game, like I said.
By the way, shout out James for making me that pen.
Oh, yeah. She's just.
I've got this cool pen now.
Yeah. Her and a friend have been making these pens. Her friend got her into it. I guess you could buy these kits at Hobby Lobby or something, and you can make pens.
Yeah.
Beads and stuff. And she made me one, and she made you one, and she specifically said, give this to Aaron. So OU pen.
It is an OU pen. It's got like a horse, like the ponies.
The ponies, yeah.
It's fantastic.
Crimson color.
Thank you, James.
Yeah. She's been doing it all this summer.
All right, so
literally all, physical therapy included.
Yeah. So yesterday, right at the deadline, the Oklahoma City Thunder announced that they are picking up the option on Lu Dort's contract for just this year at $17.7 million, declining the option for Kenrich Williams' final year of a $7.2 million contract. A lot of people thinking that there's a pretty good chance that Kenrich comes back at maybe the vet minimum, which then doesn't necessarily count against the cap, because of the exceptions and that kind of thing. What Dort more specifically though, when you see this news, what was your first reaction?
Well, then my first reaction was, okay, what do we got? Like, it's not out of the possibility of him being traded within like less than 48 hours. My thought was, yeah, they're picking this up so they can dictate the trade market. So they can say, this is what he's worth. This is what we need in return. If that's the route they want to go. Another part of me thinks he might suit up on opening day. It could be a trade down the road at some point. He could just be with us for one more season and then move on. But I think whatever happens, and I think it was Spinoza who said it before me, they're going to make it work for him too. I mean, they're not going to, like if he decides that I'd rather be over here and make this max amount on this team and whatever, they'd make it happen. But that was kind of my first reaction. The novice fan was, okay, we got him back. He's going to be the Thunder. Hold your horses. That's not necessarily true. So it's still kind of a wait and see situation. I think for the next 48 hours there'll be more clarity to the Lu Dort situation in Oklahoma City. But my initial reaction was, okay, that now the Thunder and Sam can dictate the market for Lu Dort, can say this is what we value him at, this is what we need in return in a trade. So that was my first reaction. How about you?
My first reaction was he's not going to play in Oklahoma City because of how they did it. I think that picking up his option was always going to happen in some way, shape, or form. I think if you're looking at it thinking, okay, great, we get Lu Dort, he's going to be here, I think you would have wanted to see Oklahoma City decline that option and then sign him to a different contract, a la what happened with Isaiah Hartenstein. Mm-hmm. This feels like to me, we have to do this because then we can possibly steer him or get – when I say get something in return, that doesn't automatically mean players. And we've seen this happen with both the trades that have happened so far for Aaron Wiggins and then Isaiah Joe. And you're looking around going, what did Oklahoma City get? Well, Oklahoma City got a gigantic slash in the tax bill. And it may not be players, but the thing is, even Dort probably gets nothing back of actual substance because what you're getting is ducking the apron. What you're getting is getting out of the as much of the luxury tax getting out of as possible. And that might seem weird, and I think there's two totally different factions of the fan base right now. There's faction A that's, yes, Lu Dort, I love Lu Dort. He's coming back.
Right.
We love him. We want him to play for the Thunder forever. And there's the other faction is, are we really keeping Lu Dort and not Cason Wallace? And so it remains to be seen exactly where this goes. But to me, my first reaction was, okay,
first step.
Where are they going to trade Lu? Where is Lu Dort going? And is Oklahoma City even wanting anything back for him, or just a way to slash the payroll and duck underneath the second apron as long as you possibly can?
Right. Yeah. Again, we'll know in.
I don't even know if we'll know that quickly, because now there's no rush.
True.
To make that move. You know, the deadline was yesterday as far as picking up the option. But after that, now I mean, it could. We could find something because free agency starts at midnight tonight.
Yeah, I guess what we were really asking when I say 48 hours or less, way less than that. If it is OK City a player in the free agent market, it doesn't feel like they are at all.
No.
So there's no need to rush this to make room for somebody else. So,
right.
Yeah, I'm with you. It doesn't have to be quick.
Well, right now there's a roster spot available right now because of declining Kenrich. So I guess in a way that could be open, but to me, I mean, do you feel like Kenrich is coming back just at less money?
A little bit after you talk about it like that, yeah. I didn't look at it like that. I just thought it was just another way to try to get under the apron.
And it could be. Because I think I'd seen 7-something million over right now. So that's, I don't know. It's interesting. We shall see. But to me, my first thought was, well, see you, Lugans. You will not be a Thunder anymore. And they do have a long time before they have to make that decision.
But out of respect for him, he is, the longest tenured player on the team. I think maybe right there with SGA.
Him and Shea, yeah.
Yeah. And Sam's been so good to guys, helping them in their next step. Famously, the Paul George request to get traded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, let's make it work. And he made it happen. And, Paul George was clearly not here that long. So, yeah, the longer it plays out, I get what you're saying. But there could be a situation where Lu Dort's like, hey, man, I really want to move on and get acclimated into my new role, into my new city, to my new team. So it could come at any time is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it could. Absolutely.
To accommodate Lu.
Mm-hmm. There's not a rush, but it could absolutely happen at any point.
Depends what Lu and Rich Paul want.
How about Ja Morant traded to Portland? Is
Portland the worst ran franchise right now in
so
the NBA?
far.
There's others that can contend for that title.
It's always going to be hard to beat Sacramento,
right,
in that race. But the new owner is ridiculous.
Stupid.
Got rid of Splitter. Do you realize their coach? It's a brand new coach, and he's signed for 1 year with an option for another year. That's it. They trade for Ja Morant. I actually,
and back to the coach thing. Splitter everybody was impressed with what he did by coming in through that scandal and all that stuff and how he did it. He was a hot commodity.
Oh, the Bulls are happy to have him instead of Billy Donovan.
Absolutely.
It's just the truth. It's the crazy thing about what's happened to Ja Morant is it wasn't very long ago that one of the biggest arguments in NBA watching was, who do you take, Ja Morant or SGA? Not many seasons ago, that was a huge topic of conversation. And now it just looks ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're a Memphis fan, aren't you jumping for joy?
Yeah, you're feeling good about it.
About what's happened this offseason?
Yeah.
I think you really are starting to really feel good about what's going on if you're Memphis. And then Portland, who knows? Portland's got all kinds of talented pieces, and they were pretty good this year, considering where they've been. They were in the play-in.
Yeah.
And made it to the playoffs.
They made it to the playoffs.
Yeah. But it just seems like dysfunctional. Despite everything that's going on there,
feels like
pretty good.
The owner from Major League is running that franchise right now.
Trying to run him in the ground.
Just run him into the ground for some reason or other. Paid that much money to get him, and then and I heard this yesterday on the afternoon drive home. He even fired their radio guy who was with them for 40 years.
Yeah,
because it saves them money.
It's crazy.
That is insane.
It's a crazy deal
and so disrespectful.
LeBron, it sounds like we might get some clarity on the LeBron situation as early as today. Do you want him to go? I know what you mean about watching him fail.
Just watching him. Listen, the time is the ability is awesome at this age, but pairing him with other old guys and he was in a good situation, or is currently. He's still a Laker, but accepting his new role as playing off ball, letting Luka do his thing, and then if Luka's sitting, okay, I'll lead the offense. He was accepting that role, and I thought that was huge for him in continuing his career, into this last portion of his career. You don't have to be the guy. You can let someone else be the guy, and you can still be very effective. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like it will work. He needs to be with younger guys.
I just don't.
I thought that's what he was at with the Lakers, with Luka and with Reeves, and maybe they're a piece away from being just really good and at least competing in the West, being in that conversation of a top 3 or 4 in the West. But now he wants to move on and repair with AD and Steph on the last leg of his career. And
I'm not convinced this is true.
You
mentioned Rich Paul earlier.
You think this is just a ploy to get Lakers to give him some more money?
In a lot of ways, yes, I do. Because here's the thing: as much as we, you get annoyed at some of the things LeBron has done through his career, and I think he's got just enough in him to where you can't be LeBron James and battle those Warriors for all those years and then end up there. It'd been like MJ ending up with Detroit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's part of me that just, maybe he is intrigued. Maybe it's one of the things, like, secretly he always wanted to do. He always wanted to play with Steph, and he knew he couldn't. And now maybe the time is right because he is old and he's not, he's not going to get the KD treatment for going there 10 years later. Isn't it ironic?
How does he feel everybody laughing at him, though?
I don't think
everything I've heard, everyone just kind of scoffs at it and giggles at it. That's
why I don't think it's real. You really think LeBron's going to let himself get laughed at?
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I don't think it's real. I think it's just a way to maybe coax a little bit more money.
I think we all assumed when he went to L.A., like, this is his final spot because he's going to be settled in L.A. and Hollywood and go on to his next career of whatever he's going to do. Movies, TV, whatever. But
that's what I think.
It was just hearing this news come out is so odd. I think Draymond entering the free, I think he stays with the Warriors.
Possibly on a
just a restructured deal, just to.
And maybe Draymond knows. I mean, maybe the idea was that, hey, I can do it. And I'm coming back anyways. I'll take whatever's left.
Because that's what I'm not hearing is him being a potential free agent at midnight tonight. Who is in the market for Draymond? I'm not hearing any of that. I'm not hearing any rumors from Shams or anybody say, or Windhorst or anybody go, well, this team is interested in getting Draymond. They're making room, da-da-da. I haven't heard nothing.
I don't think
nothing.
I think it's all a ruse. And then finally, will Kawhi get traded? Sounds like
I didn't realize he was 35.
Yes. Yeah. Sounds like the Raptors is a real possibility. Raptors and maybe Dallas.
Well, I hope they got good nursing homes in their cities, but he's 35, man. That is old for the NBA.
He was really good.
And I know we just talked about an old man in LeBron, but
he was really good last year.
He was. Really good. If he's healthy, he's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he feels like he owes it to Toronto. It's like, man, I was there for only 1 year. Got you a title, but I felt like I shorted you guys.
Maybe so. It's interesting today. I mean,
but again, like I said, I applaud the Clippers for trying to get younger. They're trying. It's like the first time in a long time since Ballmer's taken him over, they're making smart moves.
He's been an awful owner.
He has been.
Turns out, just because you have billions and billions doesn't mean you're very good at it. All right, when we come back, let's college football topics. Already had a text on games that one person can't wait to see. There's one in particular that I can't wait for. Skinny on Sports on a Paul Jones Drug Tuesday.
Paul Jones Drug is Elk City's most experienced compounding pharmacy, meaning they can custom make your prescription medications to your doctor's specifications, safely and effectively providing you with exactly what you need. And for your convenience, Paul Jones Drug has a drive-through pickup window as well as curbside service for testing and vaccinations and offers free local delivery. Just a couple reasons you should choose Paul Jones Drug, 809 North Main Street in Elk City.
I'm Rodney Skinner with Paul Jones Drug, and I promise we provide care you can trust.
The Skinny on Sports.
No.
Welcome back to Skinny on Sports. It's Paul Jones Drug. Paul Jones Drug Tuesday. Windy Tuesday. Hope you're having a fantastic day out there. Hold on to your hat. It's going to be a little breezy and warm once again. Thanks again to Rodney Skinner and the gang at Paul Jones Drug. Don't forget all that they could do for you. Convenience packaging, blister packs, delivery, local delivery. And the great gifts over there at Paul Jones Drug, too. And we're past the graduation season and Mother's Day and Father's Day. But, man, there's always a reason to go get a gift, a card, all of it. Everything you need right there, Paul Jones Drug on North Main right here in Elk City. Well, I know it's only June 30th. Aaron, do you want to talk about the upcoming hot dog eating contest on Saturday or college football? It's up to you.
Oh,
do you watch that?
No.
Do you find it disgusting?
A little bit. And to be honest with you, I always was fascinated by Kobayashi. When he did it, I would probably watch.
Yeah?
I liked him better than Chestnut.
Chestnut, Joey Chestnut, Jaws, as they call him, I've heard in real life he's a jerk. Not real life, but I've heard outside of it, he's just a jerk. So it's kind of hard for me to really root for a jerk.
I'm just not much of a Joey Chestnut.
Funny hot dog story. One time, we as a family went to Walmart for something, and it was around lunchtime, like on a Saturday. And they have good hot dogs there, by the way, at Walmart. They're Nathan's famous hot dogs.
Oh, over in the hot bar there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I grabbed a couple, and then Allie wanted to go to the car wash, and my daughters were like, "Hey, Dad, do you think you can get those 2 hot dogs before we get out of this car wash?" And I tried. No, I could not. I couldn't eat them fast enough. I don't know how those guys do it.
Why didn't you soak your bun in water?
I know, that's what my wife said. She goes,
So
"You don't have a
gross.
cup of water to soak that." I was like, "That's disgusting to me."
That's so gross.
That's right, Scott. He has a punchable face.
That's right.
That's right.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I would rather watch. I would rather talk about the college football.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, who are some players maybe that you saw last year? And you're ready to see if they get better. Maybe brand new guys in brand new situations. I was trying to think. What was the guy at Indiana? Not Mendoza. 2 years ago. You remember his name?
No.
Golly, I cannot think of his name. I can see his face. But just the upgrade, Indiana. Just that little upgrade in quarterbacks. Next thing you know, they're hoisting the trophy. So it could be somebody like that. It could just be somebody that was fun to watch.
Yeah. Well, like Trinidad Chambliss is a guy,
Yes.
coming back.
Yes.
Ole Miss was really good last year. I mean, if he could elevate his game, look out. They could be they could be contenders, even with the situation they went through with the coaching change. That's a guy that I think a lot hinges on, not just for their program success, but for their coach's future, is Lenore Sellers at South Carolina. What is this? His 3rd, 4th year taking snaps at South Carolina, and they did not have a good year last year, and that who's usually on the chopping block for that one is their head coach. Why is his name escaping me? I do
Shane
this.
Beamer.
Thank you, Beamer, and love the guy, but let's face it, and if it's not a win, you're not winning now. And last year was not a good year for him, so. It's all hinges on him. And a guy you're not going to know, maybe you will, but most won't, is a kid by the name of Josh Hoover. He has to replace Fernando Mendoza at Indiana and the defending champs. Transfer from TCU. Kind of intrigued what that's going to look like. I mean, the easy answers are, John Mateer and Arch Manning and Mestamaker. Those are the easy answers. But nationally wise, I think those are, all quarterbacks. And that's usually what we go to is, who's taking snaps and why, and is it going to be good? So those are kind of guys I have my eye on. How about you?
It is really interesting that when I wrote this question down, the first 5 to 10 names were all quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. I mean, Chambliss, the rise that he made last year, and by the time Ole Miss was finally done in the playoff, I mean, he was appointment television. So exciting to watch. Way better than anybody ever thought he was going to be. And man, it just you think about what we saw from Jackson Dart at the Giants last year and how good he looked and how promising he was.
Right.
And then you think that Trinidad Chambliss was able to take a worse, quote unquote, worse roster at Ole Miss all the way to the semifinals, where Dart couldn't manage to not lose 3 games and even get to the playoff the year before with what I think most would say more talented roster. So, yeah, I mean, he is, in my opinion, going into the season, he is by far the most fun watch there is in the country. His size helps. He's just electric to watch. I kind of went with guys I mean, another easy answer, just because we're here, is Drew Mestamaker. But I think a lot of people around the country, as we're starting to get into sort of prediction season, and heck, the Big 12 Media Days are next week.
Right.
I think Mestamaker and Oklahoma State are people. If you pretend like you know what's going to happen there, I think you're fooling yourselves. But it's pretty easy to talk yourself into, you know what, they might be pretty decent. You realize, I mean, like we said a few times, there's no way they can be worse.
Yeah, I mean,
Then
we're
they
kind of
have
joking
been.
when we say that, but
Yeah.
it's the truth. How can it get worse than what it's been the last year, last
can't.
2 years? It just can't.
It can't. And with the
But there's stability there. I think that's where the hope is. There's stability with bringing in Morris and him bringing guys that he's familiar with. It feels like there's something to hope for.
the hope
in
is
Stillwater.
the hope is in Indiana.
Yeah, well,
What we've seen, that's kind of the blueprint. We'll see if it continues or if it's just like kind of a one-off because of Signetti. And then a Dante Moore, who I think clearly came back to school, probably one NIL and two because he didn't want to be a Jet.
Right.
He's back. I think Arch is really intriguing. Mateer's intriguing. And so, yeah, the quarterback spot, what about Julian Sayin? He looked really good all year at Ohio State. That team was loaded and will be again. But then all of a sudden, you saw little cracks in the foundation. First in the Big Ten title game, then in the playoff. How much better can he be? I think C.J. Carr at Notre Dame is, but these are all crazy. It's all quarterbacks. It just shows you sort of how important that position has become. What about teams? I mean, I think Oklahoma State is one of the most intriguing teams in the country. Just because you don't have any idea what's going to happen, even though if you want to sort of have a guess.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's easy to go there because of where we're at. But I agree. You really don't know, but there's a lot of upside to them. And what's it going to look like when we finally see them in action? And I know it's such a large mountain to climb playing Oregon, but that game alone, I think, win or loss, is going to, I've said this before, is going to tell us a lot about what this team can be, what we're going to expect, what we could see, because they're not going to hold back. I think they're going to try to you play to win the game, so. But I'm very intrigued by that. I think it's a Big 12 that is overall obtainable for a lot of teams, and if the cards fall right for OSU, they could be one of those teams. So that's a very intriguing team. I'm going to always keep my eye on Indiana. How are they going to look with the massive target on their back? New quarterback, defending champions. Does it keep going, or does it run out of gas, run out of steam? I mean, it's one thing sneaking up on people and maybe. And listen, Indiana, even the last 2 years, last year included, probably still had a lot of doubters. Like, it's Indiana. I mean, eventually this is going to stop, right? Eventually it's going to fall off. The wheels are going to fall off. But there they go in the Big Ten champ game and beat Ohio State. And then they go through the playoffs and they win the whole dang thing. So now they've got everybody's attention. They've got Ohio State's attention. They've got I don't know their schedule. I know they have Ohio State on it. They're going to get everybody's best effort every week. How do they handle that? And how's Hoover handle that, taking the snaps? Trying to think off the top of my head real quick, some intriguing teams.
I think
Ole Miss, with everything I said about, Chambliss, like what we've said about Chambliss and the whole coaching the drama that was, they're kind of I think they're going to be the ones being the hunters and not the hunted now. Like, everyone's giving up on us. Lane left us. We're going to come get you. They're kind of intriguing too. What? Anyone else stand out to you?
I mean, the whole Big 12.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what the Big 12 has become. You just don't know. From Arizona State a couple of years ago, being picked last and making it all the way to the playoff. Like BYU. I think could be really Texas Tech. I mean, we've gone all this way. If a month ago I'd asked intriguing players, you'd been like Brendan Sorsby.
Right.
Can he be that just a little bit better at the quarterback spot?
We were talking about before this broke.
Yeah.
Before we were talking about if he could be just a little better.
A little better. Look out. They might win the title. And now who's going to be the quarterback? I think LSU with Lane. How does that look year one? I think USC, Michigan. There's a bunch of those teams that are intriguing because you could kind of see it going either way. Coaches on the hot seat.
Well, I mentioned Beamer.
Yeah, he's definitely up there.
Is Dabo?
Maybe. I think it's crazy, but maybe. It kind of depends on what this season looks like. Last year was a massive disappointment. And maybe, it was disappointing, don't get me wrong. Clemson, they're not used to going 7-6 in the Dabo era. And that's what they had last year. I wonder if the hype, because I know I bought into it, the hype of thinking they had all that first-round talent, and then you look at the actual draft, maybe some of it was overrated. Klubnik obviously was. But, man, talk about a fun one right off the bat at LSU. Is that really it? Yeah, it is. Tiger Stadium.
You could say it's at Death Valley, and you wouldn't be wrong.
That's true. That's exactly right.
You could say the Tigers would win, and you wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah, I could see Clemson definitely on that hot seat.
Yep.
Seemed like there was somebody.
I'll throw a couple more. I know they had a big win to start the season, but the season before that was horrible. That's at Florida State. And Mike Norvell.
Yeah.
They had that big win, and they kind of just fell. Went.
Yeah, they beat Alabama.
Tapered off. Yeah, they beat Alabama to start the year and didn't make playoffs. Felt like, okay, they righted the ship, and they really didn't. Luke Fickell at Wisconsin.
Yeah, that was one I was trying to think of.
Doesn't look like it's working.
How in the world did he not get fired, and he's still there? Yeah, Luke Fickell is the one I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
That we thought was going to be gone last year, and he's still there.
Mentioned Beamer. Admittedly, I pulled up a list just to remind me. Is Dave Aranda in some trouble at Baylor?
He better be good.
And we're always going to go here because of the vitriol we have for this man. But Lincoln, it's been kind of okay.
9-4 last year.
It's been okay. But is that 9-4? That's not USC standards. They expected 10 wins every year and a chance.
Do they?
Do they care?
That's what I'm saying.
Do they care? There's still Dodger fans in October. And they look up and go, oh, USC's playing. Some guys. There's some guys there.
What games are you? What game are you looking forward to the most?
All season long?
Yeah,
it's Ole Miss LSU.
Yes,
right? That's the easy answer.
Yes.
LSU.
100%.
It's at Oxford too. They're going to need extra police detail for Lane when he comes back.
Third week of the season, September 19th at night, Fort Hemingway Stadium.
He will need to borrow a player's helmet walking in and out of that tunnel.
It's definitely Ole Miss LSU. Definitely. All others pale in comparison. There's going to be some good games.
There's some intriguing games. Ohio State, it's at Texas, second week.
The same day. The same day you got OU at Michigan, Ohio State at Texas, and that's the day that Oregon's at OSU.
Nice. Yeah.
You get to see OU in Georgia for the first time in the regular season.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. At Athens, too.
At Athens. So that
the Michigan one, it was like last year. You kind of thought for OU, it was how do they look against Michigan? If they win that game, it could propel their season. And it kind of did. I think it really did. And now it's on the road. They're already saying they're an underdog. If OU can go to Ann Arbor and win, could mean big things. But no, there's that. There's those games we talked about. I got others here. Georgia and Alabama play. Seems like that's always whoever wins that game is kind of inside track to an SEC title game appearance anyways. Miami at Notre Dame. Miami, your runner-up from last year, and a lot of people like Notre Dame this year.
Mm-hmm.
Some non-conference games I mentioned right there. You mentioned Clemson, LSU. I don't know why this is on the list, but it is at Lambeau Field, Notre Dame playing Wisconsin.
Right.
But I think Notre Dame rolls in that one. Did you know Boise State goes to Oregon?
Really?
Could be a good one. How many years ago was the
LeGarrette Blount punching somebody?
Punching a fan?
It's been a long time ago.
Yeah. Kind of brings back memories of that one.
Been a long time ago. What game would you, if there's one game I could say, all right, Jared, first round of the playoffs, you're going to get this. What would it be?
USC OU.
In Norman? That's so funny. We had the exact same one.
We're gonna speak it into existence. Every year you're gonna ask that question. As long as he's the head coach,
or a Bedlam first round.
Of course,
nobody cares where it's at.
That would be
awesome.
That would be good too.
That would be absolutely awesome. Hey,
shout out. The realistic pairing could be USC-OU.
Yeah. See, I'm.
You think OSU has a better shot at playoffs than USC?
Yeah, because of the conference.
Sure. Yeah.
The conference is crazy. It's just like there's no result in the Big 12 that I won't believe right now. Like almost quite literally no result that I won't believe. Just because I think it
feels more wide open after the Sorsby thing.
Every year it feels this way to me.
Real quick, USC's schedule: San Jose State, Fresno State, Louisiana Raging Cajuns, at Rutgers. They should start 4-0. Then they host Oregon in September, late September. Host Washington at Penn State. Penn State's intriguing, too, with Matt Campbell there and basically Iowa State 2.0. At Wisconsin, hosting Ohio State. At Indiana, hosting Maryland. The UCLA game. And then if they get their Big Ten champ. I could see losses at Ohio State, Oregon. Again, we don't know what Indiana's going to be by mid-November.
It's so funny. It's so funny to me. I was just thinking about this, looking at it. I pulled that schedule up too. Thinking, man, 3 years ago when you'd see Indiana at or home, you didn't care. Let's win.
Yeah, right.
And now you're wondering, okay, is that the hardest game they got at Indiana?
I mean, on the road, hardest road game maybe. Maybe
it's a fortunate schedule to have. If you're going to have Oregon and Ohio State, you're glad you have them at home, and they have that. At Indiana is, to me, clearly the hardest road game. That could be if they can split the Ohio State-Oregon games, that's going to be a playoff contender, no doubt about it. You also just never flying. I mean, listen, they're not losing to Rutgers, but it's a long trip. And I guarantee you they're hoping that game isn't at 11 a.m.
They already got a time on it. It says 2:30.
CBS game, so yeah. So that's fortunate. An 11:30 game on their body clock instead of a 8:30 game. Yeah, that's...
Thoughts on...
Not a bad schedule.
OU moving their home opener to Friday. Their season opener to Friday. To accommodate TV?
I guess. I don't like it.
I never liked it. Never like it.
But, I mean, from what I've seen, they had the choice of Friday night or Saturday night, so you can't use the 11 a.m. excuse. So,
was it more national television coverage on Friday night, so they chose to go to Friday night as opposed to...
It's an SEC network game, and no matter what.
I don't understand it.
I don't either.
I don't understand it at all.
Is that
You're thinking, that Labor Day weekend? Yeah.
It's after Labor Day weekend, isn't it? Or is that Friday of Labor Day?
No, Labor Day weekend is actually... It is... I looked this up just the other day. It is not the... Labor Day is September 7th, I believe, this year.
Be the 8th, right?
No.
Oh, so the game is the 4th.
Correct.
Yeah, that's right. 5th is that Saturday.
So week 1 is the first week of September.
That's right. Week 0 is when everything gets started.
Yeah, it feels like Labor Day was later for some reason or other, and I had to look that up. It is indeed September 7th, so it is the Friday of Labor Day weekend.
Oh, good news. We won't have a game.
We don't play that way? We don't have a game? I don't remember.
Well, we play Thursday.
That's right. It's a home game.
It's a home game. Yeah, so we'd be playing Thursday.
Well, I'm good with that then.
Yeah.
That's probably a little bit why I was a little put out. So I thought we were doing football on Friday, same time as OU. But people don't like for that reason too. Like,
no doubt.
Leave Friday for the high school.
Yeah. Just the way of the world, unfortunately. All right, when we come back, everybody's favorite topic. Skinny on Sports, wrapping up a Paul Jones Drug Tuesday next.
Paul Jones Drug is Elk City's most experienced compounding pharmacy, meaning they can custom make your prescription medications to your doctor's specifications, safely and effectively providing you with exactly what you need. And for your convenience, Paul Jones Drug has a drive-through pickup window as well as curbside service for testing and vaccinations, and offers free local delivery. Just a couple reasons you should choose Paul Jones Drug, 809 North Main Street in Elk City.
I'm Rodney Skinner with Paul Jones Drug, and I promise we provide care you can trust.
The Skinny on Sports.
Yeah, they say this guy scratches himself better than he throws a ball.
Welcome back. We're wrapping up this Paul Jones Drug Tuesday. Thank you so much to Rodney Skinner and the gang at Paul Jones Drug. 809 North Main. Paul Jones Drug is care you can trust. Shout out to the homies at Falls Creek. Got a text from my wife just a little bit ago.
Yeah?
Coming in loud and clear from Falls Creek.
Awesome.
Man.
Is it windy there, too?
Sure it is. But it's hot, too. Can't wait to tell everybody on Monday just everything that they cook, that they will cook this week for the kiddos. For the kiddos down at Falls Creek. So shout out to Kara and all the gang listening.
Like how many is in the
70?
kitchen there?
3.
3?
Yeah.
3 cooking for, what did you say, 7?
Like 70. 3 meals a day, 3 snacks a day.
That's a full-time job right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, man, the World Cup. I know a lot of people don't like soccer. Okay, I get it. And I could be one of those. But gosh, has this not been a blast?
Oh, it's been great. It certainly helps that it's in America and
the times.
The times, they were talking about that too this morning, that the times are our time. It's not at 3 a.m. or something like that. But the game, now that we're in the knockout round, it has been, I know it's only been like a couple days, but you can tell it's a little different on the pitch with these guys knowing one mistake could end our World Cup experience. And the emotion when something good or bad happens for not just the players, but the fans and everything. No, it's been a blast. It's been a blast. I've made it a point to have something on at all times, if possible.
Absolutely.
And if the Rangers aren't playing.
No, it's been fun. I mean, right now in the knockout round, couldn't have asked for much more just to begin here. First 4 games, 2 were decided in extra time with goals. 2 were decided by PKs. We almost had a major upset yesterday. But Brazil was able to figure it out and get past Japan. But then both the Netherlands and Germany headed home. Freddie, he's not headed home. Freddie's going to be here. I thought, in true soccer fashion, Germany scored that goal in the first 15 minute overtime period and got disallowed because the goalie just absolutely flopped down to the ground. Just ridiculous. You see that on the header for Germany that would have won the game.
I guess I didn't.
Before penalty kicks. Oh, it was so ridiculous. But it's been great. Today we get the Ivory Coast versus Norway, France and Sweden, and then Mexico and Ecuador. Is Paraguay good now? Because I was told a couple weeks ago or a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, that Paraguay was awful when the U.S. beat them 4-1. But now are they good since they knocked out Germany? Can we start using any transitive property? We'll find out. Find out U.S. tomorrow.
It could simply just have been an upset,
Oh, yeah. But U.S. tomorrow, knockout round against Bosnia and Herzegovina. So, World Cup has been fun. The World Cup has kept my attention more than I thought it would. And maybe it is because it feels like the U.S. is actually good.
Actually has
somewhat
of a chance. Not
like to win it, but they're not embarrassing. How about that?
To maybe make a run that is what am I trying to say? Maybe make the deepest run an American team has ever made outside of winning it.
Yeah, or at least in the last 20 years. I mean, it really, at this point to me, it feels like the U.S. probably ought to make the quarterfinals. Win tomorrow, beat Belgium, and then, unfortunately, you get to play the Spaniards.
Deal with Spain, but at least you get to that game and then you give yourself a chance. FIFA really, really dropped the ball on the potential of having a game on July 4th featuring Americans.
1,000,000%.
They totally dropped the ball when they drew this up, and the times and the dates and all that stuff. Canada playing on July 4th in America, no less, feels like a crime.
This was so simple. I can't believe it's not happening. It should have been the Americans in Boston on July the 4th. How hard is that? How hard is that?
I didn't even think of that, but that is...
How hard is that?
That is not hard at all.
No, it's not hard.
Perfect.
And if somehow you could have played the English, it would have been even better.
Oh, yeah. But it would have been a game that everyone goes, remember the 250th birthday of America? We played soccer in the World Cup in Boston.
And if you
they'd be throwing tea into the harbor.
Well, that's what I think. Boston or Philly, take your pick.
I mean, even New York. I mean, but I see what you're saying. Yes,
mm-hmm. Boston or Philly.
Yeah, FIFA didn't really think that one through.
No, they didn't. They did not.
And they don't care. They're still counting their money. No, but overall, though, I've been entertained. I've got the fever, but it's, it's a 4-year fever, once every 4 years.
That's right. That's right. But I've caught it. I have caught the World Cup fever. It's been fun. It's been fun stuff. I mean, who doesn't want to see Cape Verde go win a game? Like the Ivory Coast. Where's the Ivory Coast? Not sure. Question on the text line, anything on Ryder Cowan? No. He's either not keeping his score. I don't know what's going on. He's in the British Open qualifying this morning.
Okay.
Because he's going to play the Palmer Cup over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that he qualified for. He was named to that team a couple weeks ago or a month ago or whatever. So while he's there, he's going to do the British Open qualifying. He hasn't recorded a score. So I have no idea. I have no idea on that.
So is that is where he's playing is it in Ireland or isn't that where the Palmer Cup's at? I just looked at it.
Yeah, Palmer Cup's in Ireland.
Okay. Where's he playing right now?
It's what's it called? Dundonald Links. Wherever that's at.
Okay.
But yeah, he hasn't recorded a score. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's happening. Scotland. That's what I was going to say. I just pulled up the picture. It says Loch Lomond, which normally that's Scottish. So, guess we'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, he's got that. And then Ireland. Tralee, I think is what it's called. There in Ireland for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anyway.
Well, we'll keep an eye on it.
We will keep an eye on it. What would be awesome is if all of a sudden it was like, bam, there he is, 8 under leading. That'd be killer. But to this point, there's just no scores. No scores yet from him.
Is there not a granddad you can text?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he has some intel for us. So tune in this afternoon, Skinny on Sports Report. Yeah. Maybe you'll have a...
Maybe not. I know. I was told it was cold there yesterday. He was not liking it. Raining and cold. True British Open.
It sounds like a British Open
weather.
Yeah.
All right, everybody have a great Paul Jones Drug Tuesday. We will be back tomorrow. Stay hydrated. Stay cool out there as much as you can if you're working out in this stuff. And thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow. Skinny on Sports, 98.1 FM, the Sports Channel.
You've been listening to the Skinny on Sports podcast with Aaron Cow. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to get alerts of when the latest podcast is available. Thanks for listening.